Fundamentals of Soil Mechanics. Myself Chris Ann Jones, and I'm from IES College of Engineering. Introduction. As we all know, soil is generally formed by disintegration and weathering of rocks through physical action, mechanical action, and by some chemical agents. Soils, as they exist in nature, consist of solid particles along with water and air. So, in a soil element contains solid particles within which there will be voids, and these voids are either filled with water, air, partly with water or partly with air. Major soil deposits of India. First, we have alluvial deposits. Alluvial soil deposits are mostly found in the northern region. They exist as alternate layers of sand, silt, and clay. The thickness of layer varies with the climatic conditions of the region. Then we have black cotton soil. It covers a large part of central India and a portion of South India. It is very suitable for growth of cotton. They have high shrinkage and swelling characteristics. Shrinkage means it expands when wet and retracts when dry. Soil with high swelling and shrinkage is considered as problematic soil. Its ability to drastically change volume can cause damage to existing structures such as crack in foundation. They have high compressibility and very low bearing capacity. Lateritic soil. Nearly all laterite soils are of rusty red coloration or pink color. They are formed by decomposition of rock. They are mostly found in central, southern and eastern India. They are soft and can be cut with a chisel when wet. Desert soil. It occurs in large part of Rajasthan as well as adjoining states. In nature, it exists in loose condition, so it requires densification to increase its strength. Desert soil is non-plastic and is highly pervious. Next, we have marine deposits. It includes any deposit of insoluble material, primarily rock and soil particles, that are transported from land areas to ocean by wind, ice, or river. Also, remainings of marine organisms, chemical precipitate from seawater. They have very low shearing strength and highly compressible. They contain large amount of organic matter. They are soft and highly plastic. Phase systems of soil. A soil mass consists of solid particles which forms a porous structure. The voids in the soil mass may be filled with air, water, partly with air or partly with water. So these three components, that is solid particles, air and water, forms a three-phase system. Here we can see a soil element which is filled with air in the void. There is water in the voids, and then we have the solid particles. Soil becomes two-phase system under two conditions. The first condition is when soil is fully saturated, that is, there is no presence of air. Next condition is when soil is absolutely dry, when there is no water. So under these two conditions, a three-phase system becomes a two-phase system. Here we have a two-phase soil system for dry soil. We can see the void is filled with air and there is no presence of water. Similarly, we have two-phase soil system for fully saturated soil. We can see water is filled in the voids and there is no air. In a three-phase diagram, we represent the volume on the left hand side and weight or mass on the right hand side. So here we have a soil element which contains air, water and soil. So Vt is the total volume, that is sum of volume of solid, volume of water and volume of air. We can see volume of solid is represented by Vs and volume of water is represented by Vw and volume of air is represented by Va. Volume of void, that is Vv, it is the sum of volume of air and volume of water. So Vv is equal to Va plus Vw. And density is marked. Density of air is represented by rho A, density of water rho W and density of solid rho S. And similarly on the right hand side, mass or weight is represented. Phase relationships, volume relations. First is void ratio. Void ratio is denoted by small e. It is the ratio of volume of void, that is Vv, to the volume of soil solids, that is Vs. It is expressed as a decimal. So E is given by Vv by Vs. Next is porosity. Porosity is denoted by small n. It is the ratio of volume of void Vv to the total volume V. It is expressed as percentage, and both porosity and void ratio are measures of denseness or looseness of soils. As the soil becomes more dense, their value decreases. So N is given by Vv by V, where Vv is volume of void and V is the total volume. Range of porosity is between 0% and 100%. Both porosity and void ratio are related as N is equal to E divided by 1 plus E. Degree of saturation. Degree of saturation is denoted by capital S. It is the ratio of volume of water, that is Vw, to the volume of void, which is Vv. It is usually expressed as percentage. So degree of saturation S is given by Vw divided by Vv. It is equal to 0 when the soil is absolutely dry and is 100% when soil is fully saturated. So when voids are filled with water completely, the degree of saturation becomes 100%. Next is percentage air voids. It is denoted by Na. It is the ratio of volume of air Va to total volume V. It is expressed as percentage. So N is equal to Va by V. Air content. It is denoted by Ac. It is the ratio of volume of air Va to the volume of void Vv. It is expressed as percentage. So Ac is equal to Va by Vv, where Va is the volume of air and Vv is the volume of voids. When the soil is saturated, its value is equal to 0. Water content. It is the ratio of mass of water Mw to the mass of solid Ms. So W is given by Mw divided by Ms. It is expressed as percentage. Water content is also known as moisture content M. The water content of fine-grained soil is generally more than that of coarse-grained soil, as fine-grained soil can hold more water due to their structure. Now we have volume mass relations, and under volume mass relation, first we have bulk mass density rho. It is defined as the total mass M divided by total volume V. So rho is equal to M divided by V. It is expressed in kilogram per meter cube. Next is dry mass density rho d. Dry mass density is defined as the mass of solids Ms divided by total volume V. So rho d is equal to Ms divided by V. Dry mass density is also called dry density. It is used to express denseness of the soil. High value of dry density means soil is in compact condition. Next is saturated mass density, ROSAT. Saturated mass density, it is nothing but the bulk mass density of soil under the condition that it is fully saturated. So ROSAT is equal to MSAT divided by V. Submerged mass density, ρ dash. When the soil exists below water, then it is said to be in submerged condition. When a volume V of soil is submerged in water, then what happens is it displaces an equal volume of water, and thus the net mass of soil when submerged is reduced. Submerged mass density is defined as the submerged mass, that is M sub, divided by total volume V. So ρ dash is equal to M submerged divided by volume V. Submerged mass density is also known as buoyant mass density. Then we have mass density of solids, which is represented by ρs, which is nothing but the ratio of mass of solids ms to the volume of solid Vs. So ρs is given by ms divided by Vs. Volume weight relations. First we have bulk unit weight gamma. It is defined as total weight per unit total volume. So gamma is given by weight divided by volume, W by V. It is expressed as Newton per meter cube or kilonewton per meter cube. Next is dry unit weight, gamma D. Gamma D is defined as the weight of solids Ws divided by total volume V. So gamma D is Ws divided by total volume V. Next we have saturated unit weight, gamma sat. It is nothing but the bulk unit weight under the condition that soil is fully saturated. So gamma sat is equal to W saturated divided by V, where W saturated is the saturated weight and V is the volume. Submerged unit weight, gamma dash. It is a submerged weight divided by total volume. So gamma dash is equal to weight under submerged condition divided by total volume V. Next is unit weight of soil solids, gamma S, which is equal to the ratio of weight of solids Ws to the volume of solids V. Gamma S is given by Ws by Vs. Interrelation between mass and weight units. As we all know, mass and weight are related by Newton's second law of motion, which is force is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity, which is m into g. We know bulk unit weight gamma is equal to weight by volume, W by V. So instead of W, we substitute W is equal to m into g. So gamma will be equal to m into g divided by V. We know that raw density is equal to m by V, mass by volume. So we substitute for m divided by V in this equation as raw. So we get gamma is equal to raw into g. Specific gravity of solids. Specific gravity of solid is the ratio of mass of given volume of solids to equal volume of water at 4 degrees Celsius. The mass density of water at 4 degrees Celsius is 1000 kg per meter cube. For most natural soils, specific gravity falls between 2.65 and 2.80. So G, specific gravity of solid, is given by ρs by ρw, where ρs is the density of solid and ρw is the density of water. And under specific gravity of solids, we have mass specific gravity. Mass specific gravity is denoted by Gm, which is the ratio of mass density of soil ρ to mass density of water ρw. So Gm is given by ρ by ρw. Mass specific gravity Gm is also called apparent specific gravity or bulk specific gravity. Next is absolute specific gravity Ga. When all the internal voids of soil particles are excluded for determining the true volume of solids, then the specific gravity obtained is called absolute specific gravity. Mass density of absolute solids, which is represented by rho SA, is used for the determination of absolute specific gravity Ga. So Ga is given by rho SA divided by rho W. It is not much of practical use as it is difficult to differentiate between permeable and impermeable voids. Next we come to relation between void ratio and water content. As we know, water content W is equal to mW divided by ms, where mW is the mass of water and ms is the mass of solids. We also know that density is equal to mass by volume, that is rho is equal to m by v. And we rearrange equation number 2 so that we get m is equal to rho into v. Now, as m is equal to rho into v, mw will be equal to rho w into vw and ms will be equal to rho s into vs. So we substitute these two equations in equation number 1 and equation number 1 becomes w is equal to rho w into vw divided by rho s into vs. We also know that degree of saturation S is given by vw divided by vv, where vw is the volume of water and vv is the volume of void. And we rearrange equation number 4. We rearrange this equation. So we get vw is equal to S into vv. And we substitute vw in this equation number 1. And then we find rho s and substitute in this equation. So G is given by rho s by rho w, and by rearranging this equation we get rho s is equal to G into rho w. So by substituting for Vw and rho s in equation number 1, we get W equal to S into Vv divided by Vs into G. We know that void ratio is given by Vv by Vs, or that is volume of void to volume of solid. So in this equation, we substitute Vv by Vs equal to E. So equation becomes W is equal to Se divided by G. On rearranging this equation, we get Se is equal to Wg. So this is the relation between void ratio and water content. Next is relation between mass density and water content. This is a three-phase diagram in terms of void ratio, and we can see total volume of soil is equal to 1 plus E, and volume of void Vv, that is volume of air plus volume of water, which is equal to void ratio E. Vv is equal to E. And volume of solid S is equal to 1. Similarly, weight is represented on the right hand side, where mass of air is equal to 0, which is negligible. We know bulk density rho is equal to m divided by v, where m is the sum of mass of solid plus mass of water. Total mass m is equal to ms plus mw plus ma, where ma is equal to 0, so m is equal to ms plus mw. And total volume V, as we have seen in the figure, is equal to 1 plus E. And from rho is equal to m divided by v, m is equal to rho into v. So ms becomes rho s into vs and mw become rho w into vw divided by 1 plus e. We know that specific gravity g is equal to rho s by rho w. On rearranging, rho s is equal to g into rho w. We also know that degree of saturation S is given by volume of water divided by volume of void, which is equal to void ratio of water divided by total void ratio. Like we said, VV is equal to E and VW is equal to EW. On rearranging this equation, we get VW is equal to S into E. And we substitute this VW in this equation number 1. Now, equation 1 becomes G rho W into volume of solid, that is volume of solid is 1 as we have seen in the figure, and rho W into VW, instead of VW we substituted S into E, and instead of rho S we substituted G into rho W. So equation becomes G into rho W into 1 plus rho W into SE whole divided by 1 plus E. We also know that SE is equal to WG. So we substitute SE is equal to W into G. So equation becomes rho is equal to rho W G plus WG whole divided by 1 plus E. We take specific gravity G outside. So the equation becomes rho W G into 1 plus W divided by 1 plus E. We know that S equal to WG. On rearranging, we get E is equal to WG by S. We substitute E equal to WG by S in this equation. We know that rho D is equal to MS by V. And we know that total volume is 1 plus E from the figure. And MS is equal to rho S into Vs like we said before. We also know that rho S is equal to G into rho W into Vs is 1 divided by 1 plus E. So equation becomes rho D is equal to G into rho W divided by 1 plus E. And we substitute E is equal to Wg by S. And the equation becomes G into rho W by 1 plus Wg, as S is equal to 1 for fully saturated condition. So from equation 2 and 3, equation 2 will be, that is G gamma W by 1 plus Wg by S is equal to rho D. So equation number 2 becomes rho is equal to rho D into 1 plus W. Rho is equal to rho D into 1 plus W. On rearranging, we get rho D is equal to rho by 1 plus W. Sensitivity. A cohesive soil in its natural state has a certain structure, but when the structure is disturbed, the soil becomes remolded and its engineering properties changes. So sensitivity denoted by ST of soil indicates its weakening due to remolding. It is a ratio of undisturbed strength to the remolded strength at the same water content. So sensitivity is equal to QUU divided by QUR, where QUU is the unconfined compressive strength of undisturbed clay and QUR is the unconfined compressive strength of remolded clay. For most clays, sensitivity lies in the range of 2 to 4. High sensitivity in clays due to a well-developed flocculent structure which is disturbed when the soil is remolded. Thixotropy. It is the loss of strength of a soil due to remolding is partly due to change in soil structure. Also due to disturbance caused to water molecules in the adsorbed layer. but some of these changes are reversible. If a remolded soil is allowed to stand without loss of water for some time, it may regain some of its lost strength. So, this gain in strength of soil with passage of time is called thixotropy. Now we come to the numerical problems. First one, an undisturbed sample of soil has a volume of 100 centimeter cube and a mass of 190 gram. On oven drying for 24 hours, the mass is reduced to 160 gram. If the specific gravity of the grain is 2.68, determine the water content, void ratio and degree of saturation. Given, volume is given as 100 centimeter cube, mass of soil M is mentioned 190 gram, mass of solid in soil Ms is given as 160 gram, specific gravity is given as 2.68. We know that water content is equal to mass of water divided by mass of solid. So, in order to find out mass of water MW, equation is MW is equal to M minus Ms. Total mass minus mass of solids. So, total mass of soil is given as 190 and mass of solid is given as 160. So, on subtracting, MW is equal to 30 gram. So, we substitute MW in equation of water content and we get MW is 30 divided by MS is 160 given in the question. So, water content is 0.1875. We know that rho D is equal to 0 W divided by 1 plus E. We know the value of rho W, density of water is 1. Now, in order to find void ratio, we need to know value of G which is given in the question. Rho W is 1. Now, we need to find rho D. So, rho D is given by MS by V. MS is given as 160 and total volume is 100. So, on division, we get rho D is equal to 1.6 dam per centimeter cube. Now, equation 1 becomes 1 plus C is equal to G into rho W divided by rho D. On substituting values, we get E is equal to 0.675. We know that degree of saturation S is equal to SE is equal to WG. From this, SE is equal to WG by E, where we know the value of water content, we know specific gravity, and we found out value of void ratio. So, we can directly substitute the values and we get degree of saturation as 0.744. Problem number 2. A soil sample has a porosity of 40%. The specific gravity of solid is 2.70. Determine the void ratio and dry density. So, porosity N is given as 40%, that is 0.4. And like we said before, porosity and void ratio is related as N is equal to E divided by 1 plus E. On rearranging this equation, we get 1 by N is equal to 1 plus E divided by E. Again, rearranging this equation, we get 1 by E plus 1. From this, we find void ratio E, which is obtained as 0.6667. Now to find dry density, G into rho W divided by 1 plus E. G is directly given in the question, rho W is 1 and E we found out as 0.6667. On direct substitution, we get dry density rho D is equal to 1.62 kilogram per meter cube. Thank you.